Hi there, Joka here, and today I have some new cards for you that I've created for the Paige Evans design team. These are some Valentine's Day cards with a twist. Okay, so I started out by die cutting everything that I needed for my hearts on the cards, and I've used two cut files for these because I didn't quite know what I would prefer. Now I know, and I will tell you later which one is better in my opinion for this purpose. I created my card bases here and I will set them aside. These are 5 by 7, sorry, 5 by 7 inches in size. Okay, so I'm folding the first cut file. I'm linking these in the description box below. I don't quite remember what they are called. So this one it has these little squares where you can put your photos, which I kind of sized in a way that the photo size that my Canon selfie can do fits in perfectly. And I needed 3 of these sections to have 4 spots for my 4 photos. And because of this, this actually got really thick. So I think this one is not ideal for this card. At least I prefer the other one, the way that turned out. But you will see it as well. So I'm trimming down my photos, and also these photos are really small. So in the other cut file, you are able to put in a bigger size photo. So I think this one is better for a mini album where you can really make it bigger and but anyway, I just went with it. I wanted to try it and I'm not wasting paper, so yeah. So I backed my photos. I wanted to add just a little bit of color. All these pieces also are included in the cut file. You just really have to size everything together so you're sure that all these little pieces that you will die cut from pattern paper are gonna fit your all the other cut files. So I went with a pink, red and orange kind of color scheme. I love that for, well, I love it anyway, but I love it for Valentine's Day. I didn't want it to be pink, but the orange kind of gives it a bit of fun, about like something. I said it in an earlier video as well that I'm really missing sunshine and summer, so this kind of helps me with that. And then I of course wanted to use this paper. It's kind of like a purple paper from the collection where you have a map that's made of like these colorful little hearts that you see here. I really loved it, so I made sure that I die cut some pieces from it. So I added some stitching to this, the front, and now I'm putting everything together, but I will have to take this apart and you will see in a bit why. So this is what it looks like. It kind of folds to the side. That's how you open it. Now here's the other one. I actually die cut three of these, I don't know what you could call them, clover shape. But then I realized that you can put 2 photos in one, so I only needed 2, and because of this, the whole thing is gonna be a lot less thick as the other one. And here I'm just trying which way I have to fold it so that the pink is on the inside, because that's going to be behind my photos, and then the other one. So I'm just going to glue everything together here. And I like to use liquid glue for this purpose so that I can, put it all over the paper, and also really up to the edge, because with the tape roller it's a bit harder to do. And these ones don't how do you say this, God, I'm just not remembering the word right now that I'm wanting to use. Anyway, when I remember, I will mention it, what they don't do, what the liquid glue doesn't do in this case. But for the photos, I would never use that. So I will use the tape roller for that one. And here you see that I'm putting the pattern paper onto a heavyweight cardstock because it's just not strong enough, and this is going to be my, I just feel like it has to be sturdy, the front of the whole thing. And I also want to add some ribbon to this, just so you can keep it all closed. And now I am going to add the photos into my, well, we can still call it a mini album, I guess. And you will see that I'm not going to be able to decorate all of this because it's already thick. So I guess when you make a mini album, you can totally add all kinds of decoration or embellishments and everything. I really miss that, to be honest. So I just added some flat stickers, and it kind of, yeah, it's kind of boring to me. But I was thinking, okay, but this is actually a card, so the twist about it is that you can open the front and it reveals some photos for the grandparents. I think they will be happy anyway. So I'm not trying to figure out what papers I want to use for the card base. And you could see that I added a white piece of cardstock to my card base because I don't like the cardstock I'm using for my card base. So I added a one from Alexandra Renke. This is a bit of a cream kind of cardstock. It's so elegant. I really, really love it. And so I trimmed down my pattern papers a little bit smaller so you can still see that white edge. Otherwise, I wouldn't have added it, obviously. And because I love using paper strips at the bottom of everything, I'm adding them here as well, just for a little bit of variation and more color on my card. So here you see that I took it apart, this cut file, because I forgot that I have to add my ribbon somewhere. But originally I planned just to wrap the ribbon around it, but I couldn't find a way that would have kept the whole thing together if I was planning to add it on one side with some eyelets and things, but then the other side would have opened. So I had to do this, but then you will see here that it has a disadvantage because once it's kept together on the bottom, it will not fold out the way it's intended to. It still folds out, you can still fold it out and see the pictures, but it's just not the way it should be. But I will show you that at the end of this video. Okay, so I'm adding some paper strips here as well, and just, trying to stay in the color scheme, all kinds of pinks and reds. I really like these colors. I'm still trying to remember what I wanted to say about the liquid glue. Just when you add liquid glue, often paper warps, and especially when it's thinner paper. So I'm trying to always be mindful about when I'm using them. Okay, so these are going to be my sentiments. These are puffy stickers that I stitched on to a piece of white cardstock. And here I'm adding my ribbon to the other heart as well. And yeah, just two different kinds of ribbons that I found. I really like how that looks, and it kind of makes me want to make mini albums as well, which I normally don't like doing because they require a lot of planning. But these ones are really simple. Really, you just have to select your pattern papers and photos. So yeah, I think these ones should do. Okay, so finishing up, I'm just going to add some bits and pieces to, to embellish, and only to this one because I really like that design, the little heart with the map that I already mentioned, and I didn't want to cover that up. So to that heart, I'm not going to add anything but the sentiment. And here you see that this is the only way to open, because the ribbon holds together the bottom. But I hope my parents will figure it out, since I'm not gonna be there when they get it. Okay, I'm adding some heavyweight cardstock to the sentiments just so that they are sturdier, and because, yeah, I don't know, I add it to everything really. And here I'm going to use liquid glue for most of the flowers, and just the one that you see, the small orange one in the middle, because I want to tuck my sentiment under that one, I will add foam tape to that. And because these are thin papers, again, I will just add some heavyweight cardstock to that so that it holds up better. These don't take long, and I think it's worth the extra effort. So I'll glue these down, and then that card is actually all done. I didn't add anything more to it. And here, yeah, I mean, I really wanted to add some embellishments, but I just felt like, yeah, nothing really would fit. So okay, so these are the puffy stickers I used for the sentiments, and this one came from this pack. It's a puffy sticker set. So now I'm adding a couple of the flat stickers that I told you about earlier, but really something that makes sense for these photos, so that was also not very easy to find. So it's just basic things like fun, and I think the other one is laughter, and then I didn't add anything more. Like I said, this one especially is very thick. I'm actually not sure yet how I'm gonna mail this, but I will figure it out, and I should actually mail them very soon because they will not get there on time. Okay, and then there's these three little hearts that are perfect in color wise, in the like enamel shape set. So that's all that I added to that card, and that one is also finished. And here I'm also going to add some stickers, yeah, cardstock stickers basically. And yeah, as you see, I'm adding cardstock to these ones as well, like heavyweight cardstock. Again, I don't trust stickers, and I want these to stay there forever on the photos. I don't want the glue to, dissolve or anything at some point. Yeah, and then this one is done as well. You can see here how it's folded. It's really fun. I really like this cut file. And I like how that turned out with all the colorful flowers on the front. So yeah, I hope that my family is gonna be happy with this. I wanted to make a third one for the third set of grandparents in blue because yeah, for something different, but then I didn't have time. I still have to do that one of these days. So but I'm not gonna be able to add that to this video. Maybe I will post it on social media if I'm done with it. I don't know yet. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you were inspired in some small way, and I see you next time. Bye bye.